Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today, Tottenham announced their first, so far, January transfer window signing of 2024 as they brought in former Chelsea player Timo Werner on loan from RB Leipzig. They confirmed this transfer after about 5 days of negotiations between the German club before the 27-year-old was cleared to come to Tottenham, where he started his medical yesterday on the 8th of January. He comes to us having had a very slow start to the season in Leipzig, definitely being surplus to the numbers. He's had 8 games this season total in the Bundesliga, 2 games started, 2 goals for a total of 204 minutes played. So when he is playing, he's certainly scoring goals. He's averaging about a goal every 100 minutes, which is not at all bad, but it's a very small statistical range. Prior to that, of course, we know his very famous stint in Chelsea, where he was humiliated for his terrible finishing. He did win the Champions League there, though. And prior to that is where he really made his name at Leipzig, scoring 95 goals in 159 appearances.
Yeah, last season we really saw his quality after he went back to Leipzig. He did pretty well. He had about 23 starts, 9 goals, 3 assists. Not bad after coming back from Chelsea after being in terrible form. And before that, like you just said, he was in superb form at Leipzig. And I think if we can use him the right way, he can definitely work to our benefit. And I think he could be the player Ange needs.
Yep.
He definitely is better. He could be better as a winger. I think we could use him as a winger, so Richarlison could stay up top. And we know Werner does not have the best finishing abilities, but he is pacey. He has good dribbling, and he can put a decent cross in too as well. And to have a winger who can do all of that plus have decent finishing, that is pretty good.
That's very true. I think Werner, the finishing at Chelsea was comical, but I don't think it's representative of his true abilities. I think he's been much better at Leipzig, where he went back. He's a regular in the international department. He's a regular for Germany. He scored 24 goals for the German national team and earned 57 caps for his country. In the 2022-2023 season for RB Leipzig, he won the German Cup, so the DFB Pokal, and the DFB Super Cup, DFL Super Cup. So that's two trophies for the German forward. If you've been following this transfer saga, you'll know 2 things. A, that the whole story started very quickly. Within about 3 days, we had basically wrapped it, the transfer up. It was being confirmed by Tier 1 journalists such as Fabrizio Romano. And 2, reports came out that Timo Werner was convinced by Ange Postecoglou in a phone call after just 2 minutes of speaking to him. It took him just 2 minutes for Ange to fully convince Werner to get into the project. And I think this is a reoccurring thing because we heard this with Maddison. We heard a lot about, the phone call was great with Ange. There was a line that Ange said, whether you come to us or not, you're going to see a new Tottenham this season. I think that's a really powerful line from Ange, shows where we wanted to go, and Maddison did come. Same goat went for Vicario, and Brennan Johnson as well. He made the call to him. So clearly Ange is a big pulling factor in our transfers this season.
Yeah, don't forget Mickey van de Ven as well.
Mickey van de Ven as well, I forgot about him.
But yeah, I think Werner, like I said before, if we use him the right way, he can work to our advantage, especially with Son out for this entire month of January. Yeah. And if Werner can get into action against Man United, he could be
I have a feeling he will. Because we know Richarlison is only useful in striker. And
he cannot play anywhere else.
Yeah, and we know that we need pacey, strong wingers. And I think Werner and Johnson can offer exactly what we need. Maddison, I don't think he's going to be back, so it's still going to be Kulusevski or Lo Celso. I think it'll be
Lo Celso.
Lo Celso came off with a bit of an injury.
Yeah, it could be.
Because Burnley would not stop hacking at his ankles for some reason. But that's a side note. Kulusevski will probably start. We've got midfield. Maybe Lo Celso starts as a deep 6.
That could work.
He's not at all bad there. He's played there a couple times this season.
With Bissouma and Sarr out, I think Skip will definitely be a starter.
Skip or Bentancur.
Bentancur.
So it'll be Bentancur, Skip, or Bentancur, Højbjerg, or Lo Celso, Bentancur.
I don't see Højbjerg starting because I think he's fallen
behind Skip a little bit, right?
Behind Skip a little bit. And also, I think, to be honest, every time we watch him perform, Starting, he's not great. He does
Yeah.
not have a good beginning to the game.
Yeah.
When he comes on as a sub, he actually has a great impact.
That's very true. But again, going back to Werner, he's going to be the pacey winger that we need on the side. He can really hold on to the ball well. Of course, finishing is going to be an interesting thing to look at because now that we've got Richarlison and Werner as two of our attackers, it'll be interesting to see our finishing stats.
I mean, I don't think Richarlison was ever known.
No, Richarlison was known for offside.
Well, okay. Last year, Richarlison was in a little bit of a bad run for him.
Definitely.
I think he was probably wiping off that Merseyside stuff off of him and kind of transitioning into Spurs.
Conte.
Yeah. The problem is, though, I think, the problem could be, this is what I hope we don't see, is that Werner and Richarlison kind of take up each other's roles and they both play as the 9.
Happen, yeah.
I hope that doesn't happen. I don't think it will.
Because I think Werner's able to operate much more as a winger, which allows, Richarlison to just occupy the striker position and finish what he needs to. I think, hopefully, that's clearly the thought process right here, is Werner will provide that kind of left wing or right wing bonus, or he might even drift in and become a second striker behind Richarlison.
Good.
We never know. This is a 6-month loan for Werner, so he's not here on a permanent. If he impresses, Tottenham have the option to make it permanent for just 17.5 mil, which means if he impresses, that's a very good price. That's a really, really cheap price to get a striker with international experience, Premier League experience on our ranks for just 17 mil is a very, very good deal. But, of course, we'll have to see how he performs. And that starts on the 14th with Tottenham versus Manchester United at Old Trafford. I think expect to see Timo Werner involved there heavily. Because Son's out, Heel's going to fall down the pecking order. He's not going to start. Timo Werner, I think, is going to get a start there.
Yep, we're probably going to go, I think, with our 3 in the middle. We're going to have Johnson on the right, Kulusevski in the middle.
Yeah.
Then we're going to have Werner out to the left, Richarlison up top. I think that's how it's going to go.
Yeah, that sounds about right. We're not moving Richarlison from the striker. He's been doing so well there.
He cannot play right wing or left wing.
He cannot play the wing. He's a striker. So it's going to be... I'm excited for Timo Werner. I think he's going to add... He's going to be an exciting player. Whether it's good or bad, exciting. He's going to be very exciting.
It's going to be exciting. I think the pace will really help our squad because sometimes we lack some pace at times, especially in midfield.
I mean, this year we're better.
We're definitely better this year. Udogi has brought a lot of pace. I know last year we did not have pace with Perisic on that side.
True.
But more pace on either side of Richarlison to putting crosses to him, Johnson and Werner. That's going to be great service.
Really
great service for Richarlison.
Of course, Tottenham are still on the lookout for a center back. They've let Ashley Phillips go on loan. Van de Ven is on his return. Romero is injured for the month. Obviously, Davinson Sanchez is gone. Eric Dyer is on his way out. And Ben Davies has done his hamstring. So right now, our only properly working center back right now is Emerson Royale.
Crazy stuff.
So we're going to definitely need a new center back. Of course, the deal is in talks for Radu Dragushin, but he is in limbo with Tottenham's offers and Bayern Munich's offer. So we'll have to see where he chooses. But the hope is that he chooses N17. But that's it for our video on Tottenham's first January signing, Timo Werner. If you enjoyed and want to see more Spurs content, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below your thoughts on the signing. And until next time.
Come on, you Spurs!